hello, good day everyone. Thank you for being here with us for this new session of Axeltech Live. Today I'm here with Enrico Vaccari.
Hi everybody. Hi Simona.
Thank you,
Ciao.
Enrico, for being here. And as you might already know, we are part of the commercial team of Axeltech. So today we are going to talk about RDS, but it's not going to be a technical introduction of the product. It's going to be just a quick overview of the use of this system, of the RDS system, in our product. So basically, we use this system in different ways, and we are going to explain to you how we do that. So thank you again for being with us. If you are following us from YouTube, please feel free to accede to the chat, click into the bell here above. If you are following us on Facebook, just use the live chat. Thank you to Stefano Grego for organizing this session, and thanks again to Gianluca Righi, that is our director of these live sessions. Enrico.
We can start, the topic is about RDS.
Yes.
And the Axel can offer RDS in different ways, in different solutions. Different formats.
Okay.
Thank you. Here, just in front of us, we have some of our range of products, units, where you can have our RDS.
Okay, so the first is the
normal is a one unit RDS encoder in one single rack unit. It's called RDS E3.
Yes.
We will go into the detail a little later.
Then we have the Tiger E5, which is a more complex
It's an MPX encoder with limiter, with plenty of other features, where RDS can be added on top as an optional module.
Okay. And then we have, of course, our family of processors, so the Falcon X family. Now we have the Falcon X7 and Falcon X5 in this range of family. And we can also add the RDS as an option.
Exactly. More or less, the line of products shares the same motherboard, the same operative systems, where according to the I/O board and some specific circuit available on the unit, you can compose and combine features together. So where at the very top you have the Falcon, which includes the features available in all the others.
Okay, that's
Why
great.
of that? Because depending on the architecture of your radio station, FM network, doesn't matter if it's a small single local stations or eventually a network with plenty of transmitting sites all over the territory, you can customize the architecture, splitting processing, of course, with encoding and MPX, or maybe sometimes you have a mix of equipment from the past. So you have to be coherent and integrate new equipment in respect of previous equipment. And so those features can be spread or combined in several units.
Okay.
The features, going back to our topic of today, RDS encoding, are the same features and the same, let me say, very high level RDS encoder.
Okay, that's great. And can you please show to us quickly the interface, because it is also very interesting. We have a web interface, so basically we can accede to the control of the equipment by everywhere.
Yeah, from anywhere. Not only, as you said, the user interface, it's definitely a web page where you can control every single parameter of the unit. The same web interface architecture is shared by the other product as well. I do have all of them running now here open on my desktop, but let's focus on RDS.
Sure.
And the first advantage is that you can, of course, connect over internet and using different OS platform, Mac or Windows or Linux. Not only the GUI, the user interface, is responsive, so it can be adapted to a laptop landscape or portrait size
Yes.
on smartphone or laptop as well. Here on the very main page, there's a panel on top which recap and show us
the parameters,
the status of the encoders, where the very first part on top is related to system, and you have the parameters related to the Linux, which is a core running in background inside of our products, and with date and time, clock, CPU, and the usage of the resources. Then what we really are interested in today is the RDS parameters, where we have RDS levels, groups of the RDS, PI. This is a synthesis recap, a dashboard
of the informations that you are sending.
Now the PI, the PS, we are now transmitting. The PTY here, it shows this is the RDS has a decoder built in. So whatever is encoded and delivered to the next item on the audio chain, which can be a digital audio processor or a transmitter, we have a decoding of the RDS, and so we can see what will be displayed on the tuner or in the car or at home.
Can you show us what we can, which information we can actually?
Of course, here very quickly you see there's a quite comprehensive menu. So as I said, the GUI is quite user-friendly. Despite that, technically you can really dig and go deep inside, and there are plenty of parameters. I'm not an engineer, I'm not the technical guy.
Sure.
I won't go that way.
We're not here to give a demo about our equipment.
But quickly,
just a brief introduction.
Those are the typical static RDS services. You can easily recognize the PS. Now it's radio Axel #1. And it's the same, look at this, it's the same PS that will be displayed here on top. And then PTY, PT, TA, and so on, clock. Then, of course, there are plenty of other information. If I scroll the main menu, basic settings, then you have UACP, RDS, or first of all, connections and communication over serial ports, over TCP IP, and UDP. Again, it's this unit is compliant with the latest Senelec specifications, and so can be integrated. Let's say a network most of the time is using NMS, a network management system, and so via SNMP, all those information can be controlled. It can be programmed using UECP standards and so on. So first time you get a unit, we help you with our wizard that drives you and follows, let's say, allows you to go step by step through the settings of the parameters.
Okay.
At least even a non-engineer is able to put it on air with its own basic information.
Basic knowledge.
First of all, I don't know, PS, of course, and the PI, and as well maybe alternative frequencies.
Okay, I see. So what about the interface with the radio automation?
Well, very well. Thanks to the OS and to the operative system, it's a Linux, it's in a high-level architecture we have inside of our RDS, we can connect to the LAN our RDS encoder, and we can get data straight from the radio automation. So it doesn't matter if your automation is from Axel. What I'm showing you right here is, of course, our radio automation software, which generates an XML file, and RDS is able to go and grab and gather the information through the network without the need of any special interface or, let's say, conversion of data. How can you achieve that? In the settings, just a second, here, let me go into the basic settings on top. Sorry, I'm not an expert, but in the RDS settings here, there's a section called Samba Share. So, and here we can find already a list of supported format Of course, DJ Pro, which is the name of our radio automation, just to show you, it's running in background. I do have the automation running here. At that time, we have living on the edge Aerosmith. And if we go back to the RDS, we can see the decoded data living on the edge. So it's DJ Pro, which it's the radio automation that push those data to the RDS. Actually, those information are saved on this XML file here. And according to the kind of brand of radio automation, you can see them on the list and retrieve your own. If it's not there, remember we do have an ASCII parser that allows you to detect and collect those information, or as well an XML format which is more flexible to connect to any third party.
Okay, so
of
basically
course,
we can integrate with
yeah,
any
since nowadays every radio automation has an export file in some way, TX text file or XML with the current song on air, then we can easily get them right away.
Perfect.
Last setting about that is the some technical data which are here in the settings, and you just have to tell the system, okay, where do you have to look for that file? Here we have the IP, the URL or IP address, the name of the Samba share on the computer, username and password, and that's it.
Okay.
And what can we achieve? Now, just to see what you can see on your display of the state tuner, we do have a very domestic
small tuner.
home tuner
Okay.
as a demo.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm also decoding the RDS. Now we are on FM. We do have a little transmitter here with a very low power,
Of course.
which is generating the FM, and our links, which is our broadcast tuner, is now tuned on 103 megahertz. It shows you some information about the received signal, the MPX levels, and so on. And here we do have the data from RDS, as you see all the static services, the IPTY, and so on. And here data about this is the on-air living on the edge, and Learn to Fly is the one that was aired before. So not only with DJ Pro, of course there are plenty of variable or parameters to be configured in terms of timing for the rotation of those information. And when there's something, let's say when there's something on air which is not an audio, or sorry, not an audio, pardon, which is not a song or maybe an advertisement, maybe a news or something different, you can
decide what to send.
Okay. Now you see here on the radio text, this is DJ Pro radio text, radio Axel, rock something, and also this information is pushed through the radio automation. So the integration between RDS and
it's
and
a very
automation
high level.
can be also scaled up depending on the protocol.
Okay,
and the
brilliant. And can you please just quickly show us how the same interface is fully integrated in the two other equipments? So
sure.
In the Tiger E5 and in the processor, are we going to find the same exactly features?
Yes, of course. Now I'm switching from the RDS to the Tiger, which is also encoder, and you can see many other on the menu here on the left, many other parameters related to the MPX and to the audio. So audio input and output, there's a very complex and powerful routing system, but here I do have a menu. This drop-down list shows me all the same parameters we have on the RDS.
Okay.
Plus many other, let me say, additional features like backup, write management, so you can configure different users, administrators, or maybe people which are not allowed to change parameters, or people that are allowed to change only some of them. Especially in the Tiger and Falcon. In Falcon, the nice feature is that very often you may have engineers, different departments, someone in charge of RDS and some other in charge of the audio processing. So we can split the unit in two, and maybe I'm the guy in RDS and I can access and change only those parameters. I cannot touch the audio at all, while the other colleague
put some boundaries
in charge of audio processing is able to temper and play and tune the audio as you wish. And we do not, let's say, disturb each other, and the two departments remain independent and friends.
Okay.
So yes, RDS, same module available on all the units.
Perfect. So if I don't know if there is any question coming from our public. If not, I believe that
maybe you can talk about prices.
Yeah, we can just briefly give you a quick overview of the prices of the different items. So we start with the RDS E3, as we already said. So the first price is 995 euros. Of course, I'm giving you list prices. Then, if you want some customized offer, just write to us. Then we have the Tiger E5, which starts from 1,595 euros. And then we have the processor. The first, the entry level, let's say, of our processor now is Falcon X5, and the price is 1,595 euros. The price of the option, so the add-on to apply to the Tiger or to the Falcon, would be 395 euros.
Correct. So it means if you already have a Falcon, if you already have a Tiger, you
don't need to buy.
Add. It can be enabled. Just we send you a code, which enables all the RDS module.
Yeah, so no need to modify the hardware. It's just software.
Let me say, with just 395 euro, you get
cheap.
the best RDS available on the market, built into the same eventually processors or encoder MPX.
That's perfect. So thank you Enrico for being with us today.
It's been a pleasure.
And of course, if you have any further question, you can write to our sales team email. So you can write always to sales@axeltechnology.com. Both me and my colleagues, so Ilaria Malucelli and Cristiano Cinelli, will be more than glad to answer to any of your doubt. Thank you again for being with us today, and see you next time. Bye.
Thank you.